Do you know we are having 30 articles for our human rights? And do you know what rights you are having against your landlord if things go wrong? And do you know you are having complete right for your own life in front of law? And do you know once you're arrested, nothing is gone. You are innocent until you're proven wrong. You can go for free trial. And these are all the things that we are going to discuss in this video. Yes, Article 6 to Article 10 in under Article 30 that UDHR has drafted for basic human rights. I am going to discuss about that in today's video. Article 6, right before recognition of law. You should be protected like everyone else legally by the government. This is the law that this article states. But what if, say, your name is not in the public domain and you can't be able to vote, get the right to education, you can't raise the court case, you can't register your marriage, you can't get the proper medical facility. These are all the things that you are going to get if you're not going to register your name in the public domain. And we all know that as a normal human being, we all know that we automatically register our name in the public domain and government public articles and all. But what if I say that many instances where during the wars in Syrian war that happened during late 1930s during the Hitler government of 1941, he ordered night and fog issue where 1,43,000 people were transferred from Europe to Germany, and all their records were completely demolished. All their records just disappeared like a ghost. And what the Nazis did were they just killed all those victims, and what they said at the end is they all are like a mist now. Simply they stated that they are like a fog or ghost. The law cannot do anything for them, the law cannot intervene and produce justice for them because simply they are people without any public record. So this happened during 1900s. You can ask, is it still happening now? Yes, it is happening, and according to 2018 record, Syria is the most dangerous country along Sri Lanka where people disappear without any trace. Okay, so life of these people are still unknown to law. And what else, worldwide 3.9 billion people are stateless. They are roaming around the world without any citizenship, without any uh, proper record with them, which is going to affect not only them but their descendants, where you can see that if a person is stateless, his children and his grandchildren are obviously going to get the stateless reward. So what I said before is, as you are stateless figure, okay, as your stateless figure, as a refugee, simply your children is also going to get, and your marriage itself is not registered, so your children, your child is not going to get registered in the law book. It is what is very important by this article stating that you should report your name in the public domain as soon as possible so that you will get the law as everyone else around the world. Article 7, right to equality before the law. All people are equal before the law and everyone should be protected in front of law without any discrimination. You can note the word equality. What does it stand for? Women and men are equal. That is what this rule has been drafted for. So this rule is basically drafted for protecting human rights, especially the women's right, and not only that, but for also disabled people. But what all women lacking? You know, in not only in the developed country, but if you're going to see in the developing nations and underdeveloped country, what are all the things in those countries where women are lacking? First of all, in 32 countries, women cannot apply for passport without their husband's permission, and in 30 countries women cannot choose where they can live, and in 104 countries women cannot choose the specific job that they are interested in, and 59 countries there is no law for sexual harassment, and 18 countries husband can legally prevent wife from going out. So all these restrictions are still in hand, still followed in 2024, where you can see specifically for the rape case where the rapist can escape the prosecution if he is willing to accept her, if he is willing to marry the victim, he can escape the prosecution. And in some cases like sexual harassment, they can use like called as sexual what you call it as virginity test, where it is used as a defense mechanism against the victim as form of male privilege in many cultures still following now. What they are considering is they are targeting the victim, they are targeting the victim's dignity so that the victim will back off and will withdraw the case against them. So these are all the things that are happening against women, which we can't deny, which should be addressed at any cost, right? So that not only these statistics that are reporting where Afro American and Afro Canadian women's are all in the lowest poverty range compared to their same boys peer groups, where they are not able to assess the same level of education as they are of their male counterparts, and these women are all dwelling in poverty simply because of their women. So this is what we are trying to address, and this is what this article is trying to judge, because you should not be discriminated simply because you are a woman. This mindset need to change. We can make many laws for gender equality, but what needs to change, everyone will say that society need to change. We need to teach our boys, we need to teach our men that you should respect the women in your life. Women are your equality laws are there, but that is not the case until and unless women are coming forward and women are writing the laws for themselves. Nothing is going to change, and not even this law. But first of all, this law, it should be made aware of why it is there for their equality. Many women are not okay with adjusting what they are capable of having those rights. So first we are making the awareness. Article 8, access to justice. If your rights are not respected, you can seek the help of law. If you are not respected and your dignity is in fall, you can go to court at any time, because that is what this article is stating. Example 1. For example, if your landlord is actively increasing your rent for every 6 months without any proper definition, actively increasing from 1000 to 2000 every 6 months, it is increasing without any proper definition. What you can do, you can ask him, and if he is not okay with it, if he is going to indulge in behaviors like locking their room when you are out to job, or else like not cooperating with you in making repairs, not allowing the water supply to your home, all those things like threatening behaviors, right? All those passive aggressive behaviors or physical threatening behaviors, anything, if your landlord is indulged as a tenant, you have right to inform it to the court, raise a court order, and you can have your own lawyer or use all those tools which are designed for the non-lawyers, and you can appear as a law for you, so that you can protect your rights as a tenant. You are a tenant, don't worry, go to the court, and you have all the rights to prove that you can live the life with respect, and with considerable and genuine amount of rent, you can live your life safely. Example 2. If you are in an abusive relationship, and if your abuser can sense that you are somehow very weak, so that what he'll do, escalations will even get worse and worse. The abuse will get way more worse, way more than you think. The abuser will be your monster that you can't even imagine. At that time, do you know that you can get the prosecution order against your abuser? That is what is very important, not only for women but also for men. Maybe the women might be the abuser here, whomever it might be. You should know that you can get the restraining order against your abuser, because your life is more important than staying in your relationship to safeguard your reputation, safeguard your life first. And the third one is, it is happening in America more, but if you are fallen off debt with some sort of banking sector or banking companies, or else many other financial companies are out there giving debts, not for considerable interest rates. Their interest rates are more, which are not good. In the first place, you should not have fallen into debt. But if you have fallen into debt, what you can do is, if they are calling you in the court on behalf of that finance agency or else like bank, you should completely be present in that hearing. It is very important. During the hearing, you should be there. Only with your presence you can avoid all those money traps, or else hefty amount of money you need to pay for those financial banks if you are not going to be in present in that hearing. Because many years the result survey says that simply because people are not ready to attend the hearing, or because of many other conditions, maybe they are not available, or else they are not they are trying to safeguard their reputation or what else. If they are not going to be in that hearing, who is going to get profit is that financial agency. Thousands of crores of amount on your behalf, they are going to them. So please safeguard it. Under this article 8, you can have justice under any condition. Under any condition, only if you're fearless, you can have your justice and live your life with complete hope and peace. Article 9, freedom from arbitrary detention. What does it mean? You cannot be arrested randomly. You cannot be held up in custody without any pre-information, or you cannot be exiled, that is sent away from the country. Just simply, no one can do that. If you are having the freedom of if you have delivered that free speech and someone is going to exile you from your own country, that has happened, but that is not the case. What this article is trying to say, we will see now. So first of all, first you need to know that if someone comes and arrests you, it doesn't mean that end of the world. If you know that you are genuine from your heart, if you know that you haven't committed any sin, or you're not involved in any criminal activity, first of all, don't get that palpitation from your heart. Deep breathe, and you know that you're not in fault, right? So first of all, you need to ask them within 48 hours what is the reason for them to arrest you. That is your basic right. Within 48 hours you should be informed for what you have been arrested for. And the second one is a drug test should be taken, but it should not happen for any detaining activity. So some people might especially the people that are more or less like a refugees, maybe by any mistake or by any fault, they have mistakenly taken any drugs, or whatever the condition might be. In the detention center, you should not be detained for more than some time if you are involved in the drug case, unless and until it has its own explanation. Okay, that is very important. So another thing is, example is Australia. Australia is the country which is being criticized for its detention activity during the past, where in 2018 one stateless man as an asylum seeker is more or less like same as a refugee, but who was forcefully thrown out of the country because of political reasons or any agenda, whatever it is. But that man was detained for more than 9 years in Australia without any trial, without any information, and all was done was because of this detention and awareness that happened in Australia during 2018. So the working group called it. It is also happening in Hungary during the time of 2018. Detention of the normal civilians are happening. These laws are not only for normal people, but also for some people who are involved in criminal activities. But at the end, we can find out who are involved in criminal activity. But in the first instance, you can't just screen someone as you are here, so you are the criminal. If you are present in the criminal spot at the day that happened there, you are the criminal. So that is what these situations are happening. And the work group said that pre-trial detention should happen only as exception and not as a rule. But what happening is the pre-trial detention is happening all around the world, which should be police should intervene, and they should reform some sort of creative actions against this detention, because many crucial lives are lost because time wasted You cannot bring back the time. Even the money wasted can be bought back, but the time wasted cannot be bought back. Article 9, right to free trial. You have every rights to have the public free trial, even if you are the convict. Okay, so this is what this law states, that the free trials feature is you can be present in the court during the public hearing. You can have your own lawyer at the time of your hearing, and you should be assumed innocent until proven guilty, and you should not be compelled until and unless you are testified for what you have been convicted for. You should be allowed to see the evidence which are against you. Even if the evidences are you know against you, you can have that rights to verify that evidence, and you can go for court, say that it is not against what I have did. You can raise your own voice. That is what this right is, and this is not this can be used by any person, even the person who have committed the crime. But this free trial, it is raised on behalf of every common individual. They should have hope for our justice system. That is what it has been raised for. And the example for why this justice of free trial is important: in 1983, Bladsworth was a person who who was convicted for raping and murdering of 9-year-old child in Maryland during that time. And he was convicted by the eyewitness women who after 9 years said that no, he is not the one who has committed the crime. It was another suspect. But during all these 9 years, this crucial 9 years has been wasted for Bladsworth during this time, and he became one of the first person in the US, okay, in the US to to get released from the detention order on life sentence after the DNA evidences which were against the crime suspect. So you need to know that first why this case happened and why he wasted his 9 years of lifetime. It is simply because all those contradictory evidences were there, but the court and the lawyers and judges were not allowing this Bladsworth to go and check these evidences which were proven against him, which has not been proven against, which was submitted against. Three pillars of constitutional systems and justice, key figures: lawyers, judges, and prosecutors. They should not be influenced by political figures, or they should not be influenced by false accusations, or they should not be they should not go against the law at any cost. The one who didn't crime should not be punished. That is what this case reminds us. And this article just states that everyone can go against the law, even if the law is not committing good action. So that is what this law is stating. And that's about article 6 to 10 from the article 30. We'll see article 11 to 15 in another series. Until then, if you have any members who are in sorrow, or else in who are facing criminal cases or else any other cases, you can just share this video with them, and hope this video helps to get a better result in your life. I'll see you in next video. Until then, have a good day. Bye.